Kala lal Wahawadla Yahawa Barasham Yoshai Barasham Kakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to the brothers and the four corners of this world, pushing this truth in pushing this word in truth and in sincerity, risking their lives more now so than ever to do so. You know, but I'm not here. No. It's gonna be an impromptu video. A quick impromptu, straight to the point, right? Because two brothers post two different articles and it's more or less the same thing now. Without me thinking about it, you know. Right, so you have a brother that posts one from Facebook. Facebook funny, so I don't want to open up the page because it might go to something else. But we can see it here. It's a gas shortage claims another point Lisa's claims another point Lisa's plan. Right. So we're seeing gas shortages down here. Now this another brother post this article as well. I mean, it's an X. Come on, load. That's it. You know, while they load up. Oh shit. Oh shit. Alright, so basically the article say or the excerpt say US strategic petroleum reserve at its lowest. It's for right since 1983. Right. So you see TNT becoming a mirror, basically, and these were posted at different times. Two different brothers, two different pages, two different articles, same fucking concept, same content, if you would. Alright, so this Isaiah. You know where I'm going with this 31. Alright, I'll go from 3. It says, now the Egyptians are men and not power, and the horses flesh and not spirit. And we know for a fact that, well, Esau, Edom is spiritually Saddam and Egypt. Right? Yeah. Well, America, per se. Right? It says, when Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is holpen shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. Right? Isaiah 30 and verse 3. It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be ashamed, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Because you want to know how come you have such a prominent kingdom, prominent leadership, such a prominent king, such, you know what I mean, powers, miracles they do in XYZ, how they would fail, how they will be confused to know, or confused as to why it failed, but it failing. You know what I mean? Now, who is to say that this is not just a how to play it by, how do they say it, a psyop, you know what I mean, to implement, because we know they're coming down with the M.O.T.B. We know for a fact they're coming with the digitalization of the economy, of the monetary, I don't even know how the fucking words, coming with the digitalization of society, basically. We know that coming. So this could be a precursor, or, you know what I mean, part of laying the foundation for that. Nevertheless, it's going to fail. Nevertheless. It isn't Job. Isn't Job? Is it 19 and 20? I don't know why I remember 19 and 20, but we go check it. If it's not that, we go search it. Why does he remember Job 19 and 20? Alright. The Job 5 and 18. I don't know why I just remember Job 19 and 20. Right. It says, uh, I'll read from 12. Job 5 and 12. It says, He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. Right? So we gonna get to it. We gonna get to it. We can look up froward. We can look up enterprise. Yeah. Job 5 and 12. It says, so their hands cannot perform their enterprise. It says substance, wisdom, working, right? Ability, help. Yeah, so the car won't be able to do these things. The Lord will disappoint them. You know? Now you to verse 13. Right? Wouldn't complete the enterprise, wouldn't perform the help or the work, wherever the case may be. Are we taken from this? Fraud. Show self unsavory. Wrestle. You know what I mean? It's intertwine. A primitive root to twine, to struggle, right? To wrestle, to be twisted. To be twisted. Right? The twisted mentally. You know what I mean? As the scriptures say, you know what I mean? Warn to them that, well, put evil for good and good for evil. Said better for sweet and sweet for better. Whoa, what destruction is on the most I what will take them headlong. You know what I mean? The twisted, the corrupted in the minds. Because why? They seek to carry on this kingdom, carry on this BS, carry on their rulership, in other words. But it's coming to an end. As the brother was making mention of it Sunday in the works. Right? You saw brother and circus. Look at what the White House we come to. I believe this is the only president in history that had a fucking circus at the White House. Because that is what it literally is. Like to distract the people. You know what I mean? The US petroleum at its lowest since 1983. Now we have our next big oil plant closing down due to gas shortage. So that is Petrochem, which was the biggest. And now the Point Lisa's plant. You know what I mean? And for oil being the number one commodity around the world right now, I mean, I looking good for we, right? We already $1 billion US in debt because reserve funds is 100% debt money, meaning it's 100% borrowed. So basically, in a sense, none of it is ours. All right. So yeah, we shafted. You know, we shafted, and that is why they say trusting in Egypt is such a deadly thing. That why it mentioned twice. You know what I mean, consecutively. Destruction unto them that trust Egypt, but you will feel before they go hand in hand. All right, you will feel. Go to the book of Revelation. Is it 20 and 4? Let's bear with me. Mm-hmm. Just bear with me. It's 19 and 20. Yeah, it was either 19 or 20. Yeah. It says, and I saw. It says, yeah, Revelation 19:19. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and the armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into the lake of fire burning with brimstone. And the remnant was slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls of heaven were filled with the fire. Yeah. The point is in verse 20. Right? It says, with which he deceived them, if the miracles on the false prophet, right? With which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. You know what I mean? Allied in with his kingdom, allied in with this rulership, right? And them that worshipped his image. You know what I mean? That is the how to put it, man. The image is basically the governance, how they live, how they perceive themselves, the norm, in other words. In its lamest terms, the norm. The image is the norm. What is the norm in life to know? You know what I mean? Man line with mankind. It's okay to do this, it's okay to eat this. You know what I mean? These kind of things. That is the image. That is the image. You know, the system. Right? These both were cast alive into a lake of burning, of fire burning with brimstone. You know? And that is the judgment for them that go hand in hand. So basically we're seeing as America fails, so does so do we. You know what I mean? Just for lack of better words. As America fails, so do we. Because why? We hand in hand with the harlot. We hand in hand with our whore. You know what I mean? We hand in hand with them. So as the macros is so it would happen macros here. Difference is we are not them. You know what I mean? We don't have the bounce back. Our citizens are going to feel it more. You know what I mean? We go feel it more. We go see the truth of America in us because why? The things that they hiding over there in the media that they're not saying on the state of the country as it is currently or going on over there currently. When it starts to happen over here, people go wonder about how. They'll be astonished at the reality of what it is going on. You know? So yeah, I hope it was edifying. I hope it's back food for thought among the Akim watching and listening to the spirit of and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Kakodash. Until next time, Shalom.